the third video in what is becoming somewhat of a popular series on painting a BMW 2002, a 1975 model. I'm painting it Gulf yellow. I'm up to painting the interior of the trunk and the inside of the hood, but most importantly I'm doing a test panel. So this third video is on Clearcoat. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to comment on the video or email me if you want. This is fun. I recommend trying it. It's not as hard as you think. So enjoy. I have a old trunk lid that I've prepped, and I'm going to shoot a base, and then I'm going to shoot layers of clear just to see how to do the exterior of the car. This is just a test panel. I'm not going to do the car the exterior of the car outside, but just want to get a clear on there so I can test to see how to polish the clear with the proper compounds. And here's my fact sheet again. And we've got the clear itself, which is PPG. This is JC660. It's two of these to one of the 6670 hardener for the clear coat. I'm going to shoot one or two clear coats inside the trunk where people will look at it, make it look nice and appealing. I'm also going to do a test coat, maybe 2 or 3 coats on my test panel, so that later on I can buff it, see how well I can buff it, and talk about that. We'll be done. This is my respirator I used for my first painting, and pull out one of the filters here and show you what it looks like. Look at the yellow paint and some of the clear. The filter mechanism is doing its job. You only use these things one time though. They don't recommend, well, the experts don't recommend using them beyond their lifespan. So I'll show you another thing here. Bought another one for this job. It's hermetically sealed. You just rip it open and pull it out. Once you expose it to the elements, its clock is ticking on it. The lungs are very fragile, and trying to skimp on respirators is a very dangerous thing. These paints are isocyanate based, and essentially if you breathe in that dust, that yellow stuff I just showed you, it's going to harden in your lungs and you're in a world of hurt. Having a clear coat harden into your lungs is probably a death sentence, at least over a period of time. So safety first, man. I'm also going to wear goggles. I'm going to jack up the air pressure for the clear. You want it to have a lot of air pressure. The directions say up to 50 psi. Test panel. See, this is a clear. See how this is 4 coats of clear right here, and it's very smooth. I mean, it's nice as is, but why I shot it on this test panel is I want to experiment with sanding it, and I'm going to use a pneumatic sander. And I'd rather experiment on a test panel versus doing it on the car itself, which could make life very uncomfortable. So anyway, let's see how this works out. mixture of water and a little bit of soap to give me a nice lubricant as I wet sand the area with the 2000 grit, and then I'll turn around and go ahead and buff it out. A few last steps here. We've got the rubbing compound, which is going to be used with a foam compounding pad, which they simply call the white pad, which will go on my buffing wheel. And then you've got the polishing pad, which is known as the black pad, which will go with the polishing compound that comes after the rubbing compound. I actually use this rubbing compound to use with the wheel to create both heat and chemical change, reacting with the clear, so it's got to be warmed up but not too hot. I've got this set on a low setting. Directions say a 2-foot area. Put an ample amount on, 2-foot square area. Just sort of smear it around. It till I could feel it getting warm, and it pretty much buffed it until it was a dry powder, and I can already tell that I'm getting a nice clear coat. Then we'll go to the black pad, which is the polishing compound. Make sure I wipe any residue off. You can see no orange peel, starting to look pretty good. Go into the black pad. Let's go with that foam polishing compound. This is a great way to try it out because you don't want to spend all your money and time on a car and paint it and then screw it up. I'll tell you, I don't. I'm still relatively new at this, and I'm really starting to enjoy it. Spread it around with the buffer so that you don't fling it. Finding that the setting I've got is on 1, it's a pretty good setting. The unfinished side, this is just the clear coat with no sanding and no polishing. If you come over here, I don't know if you can focus in on it, but I'm telling you right now, 0 orange peel. It is smooth as glass. Right there, it's smooth as glass. And I can see some scratches from my sanding process, but that's why we practice on a test panel. And you can see the reflection of that neon light. This is the area that I did just now, and as you travel over you can start seeing that orange peel. So bravo to 3M and this marvelous buffing wheel we've got here in these compounds. I feel more confident now to go ahead and tackle the car proper when I shoot the paint on it, to give it a really show quality. So thanks a lot, folks.